Welcome back, boys and girls. Our next guest is John Zagone. John, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you very much.
Welcome
Pleasure.
to the neighborhood as an employee now. You know, funny story. What a small world it is. John and I play hockey together, and one of the guys I did a mortgage for was sitting there, and for some reason, you and I had never really talked. We played against each other for a couple of years, and we never really. Not in a bad way. We didn't fight or anything like that, but we just didn't really talk a lot. And Scott was like, "Oh yeah, this is my guy that does mortgages." And you were like, "I was in the mortgage industry for so long," and we just started talking. And I was like, "Oh, this seems like it makes sense."
Rest is history, right?
The rest is.
Here we are.
So, talk a little bit about your previous life in the mortgage industry and your experience and how you got to this part of your journey. You know?
Yeah, so I was actually out of college. I was a sports writer over at the Gloucester County Times, and I did that for a while. I really enjoyed that. Afterwards, I went back to get my history minor and became a teacher for a little while, and then just decided it was time to get out of that industry and wanted to do something new. I took an interview with a mortgage company, kind of out of the blue. Didn't even really think anything about mortgages, and really I hit it off with the interviewer and just thought, hey, maybe this is something that I would enjoy doing. And it turned out that I had a talent for it and was able to pass the test quickly, and something that I really enjoy. It's a lot like teaching. It's a lot like sports writing. Get an opportunity to help people, get an opportunity to help them, kind of see their dreams, and really is something that I love doing. And
it kind of seems like polar opposites of like sports writer,
right?
History teacher, mortgage loan officer.
Yeah, and at first I thought that, but then once I started to do it, it kind of is the same because a lot of people in the mortgage industry, we get an opportunity to teach our clients about the mortgage. Not a lot of people are, it's not something that they do a lot in their lifetime, maybe one or two or three times. So we get to really teach them, and I enjoy doing that. I enjoy helping people. Our
school system is not really good at teaching simple interest versus compound interest and why loans are, why so much interest is there when someone's like, I borrowed this money 2 years ago and I paid $2,000 a month. Why do I only owe $1,000 less than I borrowed?
Exactly.
All that stuff. So you get to educate. Mm-hmm. And you have done primarily the call side of things, helping people out, mostly refinances, helping people with their, their bills and budgeting and all that other stuff.
Absolutely.
How does that differ from what we plan on doing and all the stuff that we're looking for?
Yeah, I'm still looking forward to doing that as well. It was something that I really enjoyed doing. When you're doing cash out refinance especially, it's really all about putting your clients in a better position financially so they can enjoy their lives. A lot of people in this country run into trouble financially, where it's credit card debt, car loans, personal loans, whatever it is, and a lot of people don't realize that the equity in their home can really help them get out of a bad situation, kind of give them a fresh start. And that's what I really enjoy doing, helping people get a fresh start. It's going to be different than what I'm doing now, because now we're going to be really focusing on the purchase side as well. I'll still do the cash out refinance. Definitely willing to help anybody out who wants to do that.
Sure.
But if you're looking to purchase a home, that's something I'm looking forward to, because now I get to kind of delve into that, which would be awesome.
And at your last job, you were licensed in a bunch of different states. So that's one of the things that I did a long time ago, but I haven't done it for a while. Talk a little bit about how difficult it is to get somebody in Topeka, Kansas to trust John in Jersey or John somewhere. How do you build that rapport? How do you get over that wall? Because there is a whole lot of distrust and there is a whole lot of stuff in the mortgage industry.
Yeah, it's just basically talking to the client, letting you know that you're there for them, trying to understand their situation. Really, it's all about listening, especially if they're the ones who are initiating the call and they're in need of some kind of help, listening to what you can do for them. And once they know that you're there for them, once they know that you care about their situation, then it's a lot easier to build that trust and help them out and build that rapport.
Nice. Do you have a client or two that stick out in your mind that you were able to get to a certain point of their life or help them out of a certain situation that you can remember, like specifically? Or
Yeah, there was always one. I don't remember the name, but I always remember the number. And this was about 3 years ago or so. They were just drowning in credit card debt and personal loans, and we worked up the cash out refinance, and it ended up that we were saving them $2,700 a month.
Yeah.
And
people
that's
don't
life-changing.
believe when you say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you tell somebody, I saved them $2,700 a month, people are like, yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But they don't realize, 34%
Interest.
credit card interest and these payday loans and these other, 47% overcapitalized loans and pay this fee. People don't realize how much it really is, because most people don't get into debt as an event. Most people get into that as a process. It starts here, it hurts, and it gets to be so bad and so negative that you don't want to look at it. You know what I mean? It's kind of
Exactly.
like there's a lot of people that if you have a bump on your knee, most people are just like, I'm going to ignore that until it gets to be a big old Mike's Hard Lemonade head.
Almost like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
If I'm not thinking about it, then I don't have to worry about it. But then, one credit card kind of leads to another, and then all of a sudden you're in that debt. And it was just awesome to be able to help them out and really not only give them a fresh start, but it's kind of life changing when you think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think you're looking forward to the most about doing more of a face-to-face sale or face-to-face business plan as opposed to always on the phone?
Yeah, so the number one thing is I just love meeting new people, and this is going to be a great way to actually build those relationships. Talking to someone over the phone is great, but you don't get that face-to-face. You don't get to shake hands and really have that experience where you're getting to know someone on a personal level. So I'm looking forward to doing that a little bit more and really getting to meet the people whose lives I change and help.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, outside of the mortgage industry and outside of your job, what do you do to be a better person? What do you do with your free time? What does John do outside of the 9 to 5? What do you do to warm your heart or your spirit or whatever it is?
Yeah, so I have 4 kids, so I'm pretty busy, obviously, with that. And they're a little bit grown now. But back in the day, I used to coach all their teams, which I used to always love. Not only my kids, but all the kids in the community as well. Big into sports, so I coach softball, basketball, football, baseball, soccer at one point too. So I kind of did it all, and I love doing that. That's something that I love, giving back. And when I was a teacher, I also coached high school football and high school softball as well. So I really love being a positive influence in children's lives as well.
And your youngest daughter is the high school basketball player right now?
Yeah, my youngest daughter right now, she's a junior in high school. She's one of the top players in all of South Jersey.
Yeah, she scored 47 points the other night. We saw that.
Yeah, broke the school record.
Yeah, that's
points.
more than Chris Stryker scored his whole career in basketball. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah. How is that because I'm a sports guy and my kids never really played sports, and I'm kind of glad because I never knew how I would be. How is it watching your kid play and being emotionally invested in it and not be a flaming jerk?
So it's a lot more nerve-wracking than actually, like you said, we play hockey together. So, I grew up my whole life. I played baseball, football, basketball, and hockey. And I was never nervous playing, but watching her play, it's so much more nerve-wracking. And so it's just awesome to be able to watch her play, but it's the nerves that are going through that I've never felt before. My son, my oldest son, he's in college now. He was also a quarterback, and it was the same thing watching him. You just get so nervous, and it's just a different feeling than when you're actually playing.
Any kids ever get hurt while you were watching them play, even like minor hurt, maybe break a bone, something like that? I can't imagine watching. That's what I was thinking when the dude from the NFL got hit. I was thinking his parents are there, his mom is there watching. How could you watch an injury? Did you ever have to go through any of that?
I mean, luckily so far, I haven't really had to go through that. Knock on wood, right there. My son got, obviously being a quarterback, got hit a couple of times. But it was nothing serious. So hopefully, my daughter's twisted her ankle numerous times, but anything that's been that we had to really worry about.
Nice. I have a friend of mine whose daughter is a D1 soccer player, and she's going through just this year her second ACL tear, and he's had to go through like helping her rehab and doing all this stuff, and now she's going to do it again for the second time. And I just think like I don't know how I would be selfish, and of course it's horrible for the kid to go through it, but I don't know. And even on the other side of it, I watch parents who get way too involved in it, and sometimes I think, man, that guy's a jerk, and other times I think, yeah, I probably would have said the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, when the kids were a lot younger, I was probably a lot more energetic. Let's use that. But as they've gotten older, I've kind of learned that it's all going to be all right. And kind of.
Jerry, did you ever get thrown out of any games by the umpire or anything like that?
No. Thank you. I was close a couple of times, but never actually
thrown out. Nice, that's awesome.
But that was years ago before they before they grew up, and then I calmed down a little bit.
Yeah, awesome. All right, we're gonna finish off with your personal question. Mm-hmm. I know sports, so we're going to go music with you.
Okay.
All right. You can have any musician, band, whatever, come to your house this weekend and play 2 songs. Who's the person or the group, and what are the 2 songs that you want them to play?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So I'm not a huge music guy. Like, I don't have one genre. I kind of like a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. I have a saying that I like stuff that's great, but I'm the one who says whether it's great or not.
Sure.
Eminem has always been my favorite.
Okay.
Lose Yourself is a song that I always play before a hockey game.
I love it.
So that's one. And then I'm going to go a little bit different. How about I Got Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Okay.
So see, kind of on one.
That's the up and the down.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm all over the place when it comes to music.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for coming, John.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Looking forward to doing some things and experiencing this mortgage business with you. And that'll do it for this week's episode of Mr. Mortgage's Neighborhood. We'll be back for week 2 of the second season next week. We have 4 guests coming in, and really looking forward to this.